What is up, everybody? This is Flashwing coming from Phoenix, Arizona, though today we're outside of Phoenix, Arizona. We're doing the follow-up meet to the Arizona-California meetup. And this is kind of the boring part of the trip, so I got some good news and bad news for you. The good news is this isn't going to be the only vlog I do today. The bad news is we're kind of starting out a little bit boring, but I had a couple of things I wanted to talk about. First of all, I thank you very much for everybody being patient. I did not post any vlog material last week. Very sorry about that. I'll get into that in just a little bit. But this is going to be a multi-parter. We got a lot of writing today, and I want to try and get in some content, so I'll be labeling these as multiple parts. So don't get confused. These will all be shot on the same day, and I'll get these released. And so hopefully as a makeup for not having a lot of content last week, you guys will have a lot of stuff to watch this week. So the first thing I want to talk to you guys about, before I get to my topic, because it does tie into this. So the past couple of weeks have been pretty crazy. There's been a lot of changes, and they're all very positive. Last couple of weeks I've been able to connect with somebody that you know, under different circumstances I would have never have met, and it's becoming a friendship that I think it's going to be lifelong, and I know it's going to be lifelong. There's no thinking about it. Sorry, I used to sell cars for a living, so I don't ever speak in absolutes very often. There's never a definitely, there's always a maybe, kind of, I think. So, but the interesting thing is that, you know, this person and I connected over past experiences that, it's just stuff that you just wouldn't quite expect. And I wanted to talk a little bit about what I call signposts. And I don't believe that, and this is from personal experience, I really don't believe that life is made up of a series of coincidences, that, you know, that all of our lives are just simply a random string of events that come together to make up your life, your experiences, your desires. That I don't believe that it's necessarily just an aspect of chance. I do believe I'm in control of my life, but I do believe there's a certain amount of purpose, and I think that I have a specific mission here on Earth, and I have kind of an idea what it is, but I can't say for sure. And I really haven't told anybody. A few people know about this, so this is kind of a personal moment for me. The signposts are events, people, circumstances that I feel kind of tell me that I am right where I'm supposed to be. And they don't happen often, but things that, a good example is a signpost is, for instance, an event that comes together through the culmination of previous events, that had any of the previous events not happened, or had they happened differently, things would have been very different, you know. And most recently, the connection that I've made with this person is one of those events where I look at the circumstances and the things that came before it, and I think, like, this is important. And signposts, more than anything, teach me to pay attention to the moment, to recognize the importance of the moment that I'm in, and not to squander it as much as possible, you know, within reason. And I know that I'm speaking, I'm not trying to be cryptic on purpose. The events of the past several weeks, and indeed the events that will take place in the future, I'm going to tell this story. I can't tell the story right now, one, because of who it is, just out of respect and consideration, but two, the story's not over. There will be a day, I don't know, it could be months from now, it could be years from now, I will tell this story, and if you, whether you're a current subscriber or you're watching this vlog, you know, a couple of years down the road, I'm gonna tell this story because it's an important story, and it's a story that has already in a very short period of time had a big impact on my life and a big impact on my outlook on things, how I see myself in terms of where I live, what I do, and it's kind of helped refocus the things that are important to me in life. Again, I can't tell the story right now, but believe me, I will, because it's gonna be a great story. But let's talk about Signposts. So when I started talking to this person, it was we connected in the most bizarre ways, and we connected over past mistakes and past pain, and about events in my life that, you know, we have things that happen to us and we really wonder, you know, why is this happening to me? Why am I having to endure this pain? Why do I have to endure this betrayal? You know, why is this happening? And I've personally spent a lot of time trying to understand where I screwed up, where I maybe made a mistake, where the other person involved made a mistake, where did things go wrong, and why am I being forced to feel this way? And I've had those questions for a long time. And recently I started to believe that I had to go through those moments to get the experience to connect with this person that I've connected with now. And I looked at that as a signpost. I looked at that situation and I'm thinking, this is not random. This is not accidental. You know, this is not just simply two random people that just happen to, you know, share a similar experience. Like, there's a purpose for this. I'm not going to go so far as to say that it was fate or it was destiny or anything of the sort, because I think that's a little, I think those are a little cliche and a little extreme. But needless to say, I look at this situation and I think there's a reason behind this. And signposts for me, they've occurred throughout my life, and you know, it could very well just be a reason to explain events that have happened to me. And maybe that's true, but I really find it more satisfying when I can look back on events in my life, or even see things just sort of come together and say, yes, this is important, this is meaningful, this is purposeful, I need to pay attention to this, because the things that have happened to me up until now put me here in this spot. Sometimes it puts me in a position where I can help somebody, and that's kind of been one of those really strange things that, you know, and it, you know, I mean, I know that we kind of, you know, I'm not saying that I'm super important or that, you know, that it's not like that. I mean, I believe we all have a role to play. We're all just cogs in the big wheel of life. But, you know, the friends that I've made, and even some of the enemies that I've made, have all played a specific and important role in my life and have influenced me in different ways. Some people have come and gone, but there are individuals who have had a lasting impression on my personality, on my experiences, and, you know, some of them positive, some of them negative. But for me, especially recently, it's helped me to kind of forgive past betrayal, because in the end, it all kind of worked out on its own, and it has purpose. So, you know, when things start happening, and, you know, whether it's bad or positive, try and be objective about the things that are happening to you. And even if you can't explain it, even if it doesn't make any sense, maybe it has nothing to do with you. I mean, I know it's very easy for us to be, you know, very introspective and going, oh, why is this happening to me? Why do I have to deal with this? Maybe you suffer so that someone else doesn't have to. Maybe we suffer so that we can gain strength from that suffering. And subsequently, we can also teach others to be strong. So it's just something to think about, guys. You know, we all look for meaning in the things that happen to us in life, and it's easy to get caught up in, you know, the mundane daily stuff. You know, we got families to take care of, you got jobs to do. But when the big things happen in your life and you start seeing events coming together that may not have made sense at the time, but all of a sudden seem to come together in a very peculiar way, that's a signpost, guys. And it shows you that you are right where you're supposed to be. And even though the things that happened to you may have been bad, it's entirely likely that they will yield a positive result. You just have to find a way to seize that moment and not let it go, and pay attention to it. So I see signposts. It's not frequent, but they're out there, and I saw one recently, and I'm definitely paying very close attention, and I'm really interested to see how this story is going to play out. I'm not usually very good about predicting things that are positive. I tend to be, it's kind of a curse, but I tend to be right more often about the negative aspects of human nature and the negative character traits about people. But once in a great while, I'm right about something good, and I really hope I'm right about this. So take care, guys. I'll talk to you more today in the next part, and as we move along on this really fun ride today. We'll see you out there.